I told you, I don't always drink beer. I don't always drink beer, but when I do, I prefer Dos Equis.
Well, the voice you just heard, you probably recognize, actor Jonathan Goldsmith, the most interesting man in the world. He was with Dos Equis for a long time. He's on to something new, a tequila, and he has a book. And at this very moment, Jonathan Goldsmith on the MPW Mocklink TV and Fiber Celebrity Hotline. Hello, sir.
Hi, Tony.
Jonathan, welcome to the great state of Iowa via the telephone, my friend. How are you?
I'm fine, and thank you for greeting me from Iowa. I have a very fond feeling for Iowa. I ate at a restaurant years ago with pigs on the roof, and I never had a better pork chop.
Well, I don't know if that restaurant is still open, but if it is, I'd love to take you there again. That's great. Oh, my gosh.
You're on.
Congratulations. The book is available now. Stay interesting. I don't always tell stories about my life, but when I do, they're true and amazing. Jonathan, I don't want to give too much away, but my goodness, looking through this, you have had some encounters with folks, and I don't know where to start. I guess let's back up, and I talk to a lot of people who write books, from the John Fogertys of the world and everybody in between. For you, did you have all these stories written down by hand? Were they hard to recount because it's been a couple years, or what?
Well, no, I didn't have anything written down. I do, fortunately, have a very good memory, and these were very, very vivid memories. So, no, I didn't have anything put down on 3x5 cards or anything, no.
Wow. So I'm just looking at the copy of the book that I have, and just some of the notes that I took. Have you ever made up with Dustin Hoffman?
Oh, yeah. This has been blown out of proportion. I'll share with you that story. Dustin and I were the two youngest fellows in a Broadway show. It was about an island where they put mental misfits in the Army, and we both had one line, and we were always vying for stage business and trying to pad our part, and there was a little bit of competition, and we kind of irritated each other a little bit. And one day I was having lunch with Dustin and some of the other guys in the cast, and I don't know, we got under each other's skin a bit, and I jumped up. I said, "Dustin, the reason you don't like me is because I'm going to make it and you're not." So, talk about eating crow.
Oh, my gosh, that's fantastic. So when people pick up the book, they're going to be in for a surprise because, you know, Jonathan, a lot of people know you from all the great television ads that you've done, and you have, again, resurfaced in a new set of ads. Is it Astral or Astral Tequila? I don't want to say it wrong. How do you say it?
It's Astral. That's what happens when you send a guy to Mars. He comes back with tequila, excuse me. And it's a marvelous new tequila. You're going to hear a lot about it. Astral, it's a double gold winner, which means that every judge in the competition has to vote for it. And you're going to hear a lot this summer about the launch of Astral, and I'm very glad to be an equity partner in this company. It's terrific.
Wow, that's fantastic. So that's so great to hear, because the work that you did with the beer company, I mean, you really took them to new heights, and to be a little bit more hands-on, per se, with Astral. That's nice. So, you know, for some people, yeah. I want to try and get a sense of what the flavor of Astral is like, because, Jonathan, some people think of tequila and they make that face like, oh, I can't do it. It's there's a lot of tequila out there that's not smooth, right?
Well, this is very, very smooth, and it's smooth the day after the party too. The hangover just doesn't exist. But this is tequila that's made the old-fashioned way, with love and with lots of time. And age makes the difference. And, you know, taste is a difficult thing to describe, you know. How do you describe the taste of chocolate? But this has a wonderful, wonderful earthy quality to it. And you'll hear more about it as we launch this over the summer.
Oh, I think it's fantastic. You know what goes better with an Iowa pork chop? Nothing goes better than a little shot of Astral tequila, as far as I'm concerned. Am I right?
You're right. Iowa pork chops go with everything.
That's right. The book is Stay Interesting. I don't always tell stories about my life, but when I do, they're true and amazing. And again, I don't want to give away, but there's encounters from Henry Fonda to Clint Eastwood to Tina Louise, Judy Garland. Can I just ask, was obviously Judy Garland went through a lot, but was she a nice person when you were with her?
I'll tell you, yes. Let me share my one marvelous, magical evening with Judy. I was invited to be her date at a dinner party, and she is absolutely was the most enchanting woman that I think I've ever met. She was so lovely, so sensitive, as you would imagine, very vulnerable, and very, very sincere. She had that wonderful quality that when she talked to you, and when she listened to you. And it was just great. She described the early days of her career at the studio with Mickey Rooney and how difficult it was. And it was a very rough time. You know, they gave them drugs at some times to put them to sleep and get them up to go to work. And then it was an interesting evening, to say the least. She was delightful.
Well, I tell you what, when people pick up the book, they're going to just go on a ride, and it's one that you're going to enjoy. Again, it's at places like Amazon.com. The book, the title, Stay Interesting. I don't always tell stories about my life, but when I do, they're true and amazing. Jonathan Goldsmith, any big plans this summer outside of getting Astral Tequila in front of everybody? Any vacation plans? Or?
Well, I don't take too many vacations. Fortunately, since the other campaign was over, I've been very, very busy. And now I'm on a book tour around the country. I do a lot of appearances, and I'm very involved with my charities. I'm the chairperson in the state of Vermont for Make-A-Wish.
Wow.
So I'm pretty busy, but I do manage. I keep a boat on a lake near me where I live in Vermont, and as often as I can, I'm out fishing.
Oh, sounds, we're about stone's throw from the mighty Mississippi River, so it might not be the same kind of fish.
Big channel cats, right?
There you go. Yeah. Big one.
That sounds great.
Well, listen,
I'd love to tell your listeners that they can follow me, and I hope to be in Iowa sometime this summer for the book tour, but you can follow me on Stay_Interesting.
Fantastic.
And I hope everybody enjoys the book as much as I enjoyed writing it.
Well, Jonathan, I appreciate the time, and you're always welcome in the great state of Iowa. Thank you so much, and congratulations with the book.
Thank you, Tony.
Bye-bye.